We have a lot of red.
A number. Oh, it does? I just went live right now. Okay. Literally as you asked me that. Yep. So we're live. So we are live now on YouTube. We're trying to see if we have a way of knowing how many people are with us. Yay. Without going. How's the baby doing, Saurabh? Good.
She's good. She's feeding right now, so hopefully in a bit she might be able to join us.
Cute picture.
Thanks. Yes, we got one of my co-authors sent us this little hoodie, which is like perfectly Oregon. So we whenever we take her out, we try to dress her up in that. Now it's getting too warm, so you know.
Yep, that's great. I'm looking at Regalia here. John, which yours gray and black? That's MIT? Okay. And Jose, that's the, I forgot the purple and, is that purple and red? Oh, you're muted.
It's royal blue and red for you guys.
Okay.
Rich, I followed the link that Tash sent out a couple days ago to all the students.
Yep.
And I'm not getting any video on YouTube.
When did you turn it on?
I keep refreshing.
We're live right now on the college design.
Got it. Okay, now it's working. It wasn't a minute ago.
Yep, I think we're live. We've got like 3 feeds going here, so we're monitoring them all. Thumbs up. So Tony, do we have any ideas on how many people are on yet?
38.
38. Everybody, everyone that's watching live. Okay, 48 now. 7 attendees on the Zoom call. Great. 23 seconds. So we're looking at 80, about 8 people here. Okay. Well, it's raining here on campus, so unfortunately we're inside. Hendricks. And actually, while we're waiting for folks too, I'll mention what I'm going to mention in just a few minutes is that the faculty are wearing, many faculty are wearing regalia from their institution. Some folks may not have versions of it, or maybe sitting here in their office in Hendricks, so not everyone's wearing it today. But we've got several represented here. We got the Wisconsin, black and red. Diana, that's USC,
And gold from USC.
right? Got Renee over there in purple.
University of Washington. Sorry.
I wasn't gonna say that. We got Yi Zhao and Cornell.
Yeah, big red Cornell.
All right. Rebecca, can't quite see yours, but you're Maryland. I know you're also red.
Yes, red and black from Maryland.
John's got gray and black from MIT. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah, let's see who else we got. Anne, can't quite see your colors.
I'm representing all the UCs, blue and gold.
Excellent. And Patricia?
So I'm in the subdued version of the Ohio State one. I had the option to do the complete bright red clown outfit, decided to go with the more subdued version.
Excuse me, that's the Ohio State
Yeah,
University.
sorry about it.
Jose, this is UIC, is that right?
Yes.
Who else we got? Anne, can't
UIC.
quite see your colors.
I'm representing all the UCs.
Great. And Gerardo's from Berkeley.
Yeah. Bears.
Oh, well, I got to hold up this then as well. And Grant?
Another UC.
Okay,
UC Santa Barbara.
that's right, Santa Barbara. Okay. Just want to wait a couple more minutes for people to continue logging on. We'll be starting in about 2 minutes. Anyone else feel free to chime in and tell jokes.
I want to point out that Laura's wearing the crimson of Harvard, right?
Oh, yes.
Unofficially, Harvard robes are too expensive for my budget.
I'm wearing the official uniform of city planners, a blue button-up T-shirt.
Don't make fun of us, Ben. Don't make fun of us.
You have khaki pants on as well?
Wearing shorts today. Come on, nobody has to see the bottom half.
There you go.
I like that MIT's colors are the really flashy gray and black. They really, go.
It gets better in the back. I don't know if you can see it. It's
Yeah. That's kind of got a scientific thing going.
right. It's got a whole medieval legend.
Right.
Well, gray and black's just kind of the color of campus too, right?
Right.
Just checking in, Tony, are we doing okay on YouTube feed and everything? Hopefully people will be able to hear us and watch us. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Have our faculty give a wave and turn their cameras and videos off. We'll have them come back at the end to say a few words. Apparently, we've got about 140 people on the YouTube feed as well as the Zoom. So welcome everyone to the 2020 School of Planning, Public Policy and Management Commencement Ceremony. My name is Rich Marjoram, Director of the School of 3PM. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that the University of Oregon is located on the traditional homelands of the Kaplowitz people. Following treaties in the 1800s, Kaplowitz people were dispossessed of their indigenous homeland and forcibly removed. Today, descendants are citizens of the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde and Confederated Tribes of the Siletz Indians, and continue to make important contributions across the state. We also extend our respect to all 9 Indigenous nations of Oregon. So welcome to all of our graduates, their families, friends, and supporters. This is obviously not how we envision celebrating this day, but we hope that you all still feel honored because you deserve this honor. In this ceremony, we'll be having each program director introduce their program. We'll be reading out each of the graduates' names. We'll also be giving out some awards, bringing on a few of the awardees to wave. And then we'll also at the very end have each faculty say a few words. So please stick around for the ceremony to say hello. And then afterwards, we've also got some student-sponsored Zoom sessions that we hope to see you all in and check out. Now, we'll say that we've run through this several times, including one just about an hour ago, and we think we've got all the technical glitches worked out, but please excuse any issues that might happen. I do want to let you know that we are recording this, and it's also being recorded on YouTube Live. So if you encounter any technical difficulties, you will be able to watch a recorded version of this. So first, a few words about our faculty and the regalia that many of us are wearing. You may have heard us talking about this before we opened up the ceremony, but many of us are wearing this graduation regalia. The tam denotes the degree, the hood denotes the degree area, and then our gown represents the university. So black and red represents the University of Wisconsin. Yishao's red and black represents Cornell. Hardo's black and blue represent Berkeley. And then Renee is also wearing a purple gown from some university north of here that we won't mention. Let me start by congratulating all of our 2020 graduates from the School of 3 p.m. So please give all yourselves a round of applause. I want to say this is also a celebration for everyone who supported you. Parents, partners, family, spouses, and friends. That support may have been moral, it may have been financial, it may have been both. So please give them a round of applause, a virtual wave, a pat on the back, a handshake, a hug, whatever it is, to thank them, all of them, for all the support that they gave you. So for those of you that don't know about 3 p.m., our students are trained in fields like urban planning, public policy, public administration, and nonprofit management. We emphasize applied learning, and we link many classes and projects with real clients. Now, normally this time of year, we invite everyone to walk into here in Hendricks Hearth to see posters and documents displaying all the great work of our students. We had students in the fall working for the city of Eugene on the Real World Eugene projects. We have undergraduate students doing their thesis research. We have students working on projects for Lane Transit District. Just this last term, nonprofit students finished serving on nonprofit boards, and teams wrapped up work for Cascade Volunteers, Umpqua Oaks Partnership, and other clients in the nonprofit consultancy class. Our public administration students just finished 2 terms of work working with clients from a range of jurisdictions, many of them working with Lane County and other partners. One group, for example, helped establish a new Lane Regional Resilience Collaborative. And then finally, our planning students have been finishing up their individual research projects on topics like immigration representation on boards and committees, trail feasibility studies in California, Indigenous housing planning in Portland, and COVID dimensions of parks access. So this is clearly not the way we envisioned our celebration of your accomplishments, but we want to all let you know that we are still proud of your work and we are proud of what you've already accomplished. We're in situations today that none of us could have envisioned only 6 months ago. We've been hit by a global pandemic, but I've been amazed at how our students have overcome these challenges. They've attended virtual classes, done virtual interviews and focus groups. They've organized student Zoom happy hours. They've even done a virtual fundraising event with a local nonprofit. We're also faced with heartbreaking events and demands for social change. We're reeling from the killings of George Floyd on top of the many, many others before them and the ones that have come since. We are feeling the anger and frustration of the Black Lives Matter movement, and we are also sensing an incredible energy for change. These are the challenges we will continue to face, but I see you taking leadership roles and I see you supporting demands for change. I should not be surprised, really. We challenge you to analyze. We asked you to come up with solutions. We've emphasized the need to adapt and innovate, and we've asked you to help challenge assumptions. So we need you now. We need your energy, we need your skills, we need your creativity, and we need your leadership. You may not feel ready yet, but we think that you are. We need you more than ever to go to communities and organizations. We need your talents, we need your energy, we need your expertise. We need you to demand change and to continue demanding change. We only ask that you display your 3 p.m. degree with honor, or your lapel pin whenever we can get you one. And we ask that you share all this great work about what you're doing, share the experiences with faculty so that we can learn from you, and share your experiences with students to inspire them to follow your lead. Best wishes and congratulations on your great achievement. We expect to hear many, many more great achievements from you. So I'd now like to introduce faculty to give Student Service Awards. These awards have been chosen through nominations and voting by the faculty, and they are given to recognize students for their service to the school, to our programs, fellow students, and the community. So presenting these awards will be Jessica Matheson for the Undergraduate Service Award and Rebecca Lewis for the Graduate Service Award. So Jessica.
Hi. So this award is for a current student whose service to the School of Planning, Public Policy, and Management has gone above and beyond typical volunteerism. In addition to service to 3 p.m. and our related student groups, the award honors someone who demonstrates a positive attitude towards students, staff, faculty, and their work, makes a positive impact on the school's community, and puts forth effort to increase the visibility of 3 p.m. across campus and among non-3 p.m. students. This year's undergraduate student recipient is Grace Kaplowitz. I first met Grace 2 years ago at a group advising appointment for incoming transfer students. Even in that moment, which was a little more hectic than usual, Grace displayed the thoughtfulness, preparation, and attention to detail that so many of us have come to know and appreciate. In her 2 years as a 3 p.m. student, Grace has seized numerous opportunities to support our school and make a positive impact on our community. She held official leadership positions as president of the Student Community Organization and was an undergraduate representative on the Student Advisory Board. And Grace, I just saw that you popped up, so I'm excited to see you. In these roles, Grace offered new ideas and a fresh perspective, as well as exceptional professionalism and a willingness to act and see projects through to completion. She is prompt and reliable, and I can always count on her to quickly and proactively communicate and support the information flow between 3 p.m. students and faculty. Grace is one of the most highly scheduled students I've ever worked with, and yet she is always able to help with one more project and does so with a friendly, thoughtful, and helpful demeanor. She works hard to promote 3 p.m., connecting with peers and classes to encourage events, involvement opportunities, and other efforts to strengthen the undergraduate community. Grace is always willing to share her experiences with current and prospective students, whether she's encouraging internships and networking or answering questions about choosing the U of O or becoming a 3 p.m. major. Even though she graduates today, Grace has already offered to continue supporting 3 p.m. as an alumna by connecting with students and visiting classes as a guest speaker or panelist. Her work in service to and support of the School of 3 p.m. has been outstanding. So on behalf of the 3 p.m. faculty and the awards committee, congratulations, Grace. And now I'll pass it to Professor Rebecca Lewis for the Graduate Service Award.
Good afternoon. Giving, positive, leader, mentor, commitment, welcoming, supportive, volunteer, exemplary. These were words used to describe our 2020 Service to 3 p.m. by a Graduate Student Award winner. I'm honored to present Leah Rouse with this award. And I see that you have friends there. That's great. Leah is a 2020 graduate of the MCRP program who has been a force academically and strong project manager as a graduate employee with IPRE, leading a CPW team. Today, we're honoring Leah for her selfless service to 3PM. Leah has made 3PM a better place during her time with us. She's been dedicated to building community, which you see in her photo now, within 3PM. She's often served as a volunteer for open houses and met with prospective students, served as an MC at orientation, helped with class field trips whenever asked, and organized fun for students through Sun River. She's been committed to creating community within 3PM. She received several nominations for this award, and I want to read a couple quotes from these. Leah's a community builder. She balances her strong work ethic with promoting human connection and kindness. She helps realize the 3PM community that everyone talks about. She's put in time and effort, and we should honor her for that. I wanted to share some additional words from her advisor, Jose Melendez, who shared, I know that Leah excels at program management. She's well organized, cool under pressure, resourceful and innovative as she tackles whatever task you ask of her, or she sees and does without being asked. But that's not why I nominated her. I nominated her because even though she is all of that and juggles a busy schedule just like all the others, what impressed me the most from the sidelines is that whenever there was a need for a volunteer, she would step up and do what she does naturally in a paid positions, but as a volunteer. She would run her volunteer tasks and just make them happen, and just like that, go back to her everyday life. To me, that is service. Simply put, Leah spent the time and effort behind the scenes doing the intangible to make 3PM a better place. She doesn't expect recognition or acclaim for her efforts, but she certainly deserves it. At orientation, Leah and Miranda put faculty on the spot to say, what will you do to make 3PM a better place this year? I've thought of that question often and used it to motivate myself to contribute to 3PM. I can say for certain that Leah Roush has made 3PM better and during her time as a student, and I'm ecstatic to present her with this award. Congratulations, Leah, and thank you for all your contributions to 3PM. I'm now going to pass it back to Jessica to present undergraduate students. Thank you.
I have the honor and pleasure of directing the 3PM undergraduate program. That also means I'm the only faculty member who works exclusively with our undergraduate students, and I have the best job on campus. So I'm grateful that I've gotten to know so many who make up this year's graduating class. So I'm going to read the names for the degree candidates for Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in Planning, Public Policy, and Management. Catherine Marie Arblaster, Hannah Jane Argento McCurdy, Stephanie Joy Beck, Yevgeny Jack Alexandrovich Blishishin, Sabrina Rachel Boutiette, Ophelia Sharon Grace Cavill, Carlos Alberto Chinchilla Guevara, Olivia Jean Cleveland, Catherine Colby Cottrell, Mackenzie Ray Crampton, Adrian Lucian Maxwell Crow, Carol Ann Crum, Whitney Catalina Cummings, Hannah Delgado, Sophie Patrice Domingo, Kyle Robert Dries, Justin Lucas Furtado, Azaline Zoli Winema Gaudine Dalton, David Edward Grabicki, Megan Christine Green, Marie June Hafliger, Simone Colette Halley, Thomas Paul Hanu, Jennifer Ellen Henshaw, Alyssa Christine Hinojosa, Larissa Dorothy Huta, Harrison Eric Jensen, Kaylee Alexandra Jodis, Emily Kristen Kessner, Grace Kaplowitz, Elena Noel Leidy, Zoe Kara Light, Ian Thomas Lowell, Caroline Amelia Lynch, Ima Chavez Marquez, Eric Montes, Jacob Herman Morgan, Corey Hunter Nemec, Peyton Lena Onesti, Amital Pearl Orchek, Catherine Aurelia Perkins Ock, Natalie Christine Peters, Jenna Lee Pham, Matthew Emerson Ragsdale, Margaret Helen Redshaw, Madeline Sydney Resnick, Muriel Emtima Richardson, Emily Elizabeth Rodriguez, Lily Ann Rose, Anna Maeve Shank Root, Mary Grace Sleeper, Kira Marie Solis, Micah M. Stewart, Krishnapriya Velapandian, Sean Patrick Vermilia, Marilee Vorster, Mary R. Wasson, Melody Yukong White, Fiona Daltoso Wilcox, Reagan Kent Yo, Amanda Nagdeen Zakarda. To our 2020 graduating class, your everyday choices have shown us that you are enthusiastic, thoughtful, and passionate. You spent your time as 3 p.m. students seeking out opportunities and projects rather than waiting for something to just come along. You chose experiences that took more time and effort, but were beneficial, rather than selecting an easier option to more quickly check a box or fulfill a requirement. You took challenging courses, worked to build community in our school and across campus, and you supported and strengthened numerous nonprofit and public sector organizations throughout Oregon and beyond. All of this has shown people who you really are and has helped sustain a campus and community reputation that 3 p.m. undergrads are the ones we all want to be working with. And this is so important because who you are and how you show up will be some of the most critical factors in your success, whether that's school, career, or life. Your eagerness to engage, serve, and solve problems is going to take you far. So take chances, try new things, stay true to who you are, and most importantly, act. Congratulations. I also want to recognize the 5 undergraduate students selected for membership in Pi Alpha Alpha, which is the Global Honor Society for Public Affairs and Public Administration. These students represent the top 10% of this year's 3 p.m. graduating class. Sabrina Rachel Boutiette, Mackenzie Ray Crampton, Simone Colette Halley, Grace Kaplowitz, and Jenna Lee Pham. Over the summer, we'll be mailing you the Pi Alpha Alpha certificate and the membership pin. And now I'd like to introduce Professor Laura Leet, who will begin presenting the Michael Hibbert Award for Excellence.
Hi, everybody. In hearing the names of the undergraduate class graduating, I was struck by what an amazing and strong class it is. And I have the pleasure of presenting 2 awards to some of the very strongest among those students, the Hibbert Award for Excellence. These awards are given to undergraduate students in planning, public policy, and management who demonstrate exceptional academic ability. I'm presenting 2 today, one to Simone Halley and one to Mackenzie Crampton, who I hope are on the screen with me right now. And I have to say that these 2 stand out from even an amazing graduating class. These 2 stand out even amongst that group. 2 of the most sort of profoundly amazing students that I've worked with my whole time here at the University of Oregon. They are both Clark Honors College students. They are both coincidentally double majors in Spanish. And it is attested to by all of the 3 p.m. faculty who knew them and by their astounding GPAs. Both of them were absolutely top-notch students across the board. Both Mackenzie and Simone wrote very important theses that involved collecting and analyzing original data. They took the skills that they learned in Grant Jacobson's quantitative methods class, and instead of closing that book and putting it on the shelf, they took those skills and ran with them and ran quantitative analyses in Stata when most students would prefer to forget that they ever learned Stata. They both also really followed their social convictions in studying an important and unfolding issue of profound social importance in our society. I'll say a little something about each of their theses. They were both truly impressive. First, about Simone's thesis, it was titled An Implementation Analysis of Campus Sexual Violence Prevention Programming. She collected original data and characteristics on 50 or 60 college campuses in the United States and looked at the correlations between the relationships between campus characteristics and the degree and depth of sexual violence programming on those campuses. She had started with a sort of public policy bias that we thought that state policy environment would be an important influence in the results. And interesting found that it was not, that there were no particular differences by state, but she found very significant differences between campuses according to the type of degree that they grant. So campuses that give lower level degrees, only associates or bachelors, as compared to masters or PhDs, have much less sophisticated or enriched programming as compared with the higher level institutions. And maybe most importantly, she found that campuses with high percentages of students of color, particularly African-American students, had less sophisticated programming, less important programming than other campuses. And in the current environment that we're in, and sort of reckoning with racial differences across our society, I think that that's just another one of those important findings that you know, this thesis is quite path-breaking and sort of alerting us to these differences. I'm also happy to say that Simone was awarded a Clark Honors College Barbara Corrada Pope Award that honors the best thesis in an area of diversity, gender, or ethnic studies. So that simply attests to the importance of her work. So to Simone, I have to say congratulations on a really, you know, a wonderful job and a thesis well done, not to mention your entire undergraduate career. Now to move on to Mackenzie's topic, Mackenzie's thesis was titled Dismantling the School to Deportation Pipeline, a Policy Analysis of K through 12 Sanctuary School District Policies. Obviously, also an extremely timely topic in the last few years that we've lived in a sort of in which immigration policy has been front and center in our society. Mackenzie collected original data on 50 randomly selected school districts in the US that had adopted sanctuary school policies, and then looked at the relationship between the schools and their communities and the types of policies that they adopted. She coded every detail of these policies, coding them into 15 separate components, and then did statistical analysis on this data. To some extent, she found what we might have expected, that communities with populations that are more likely to be affected by ICE actions, immigration enforcement actions, were more likely to have all kinds of more sophisticated sanctuary school policies. But importantly, what she also found was that controlling for everything else, that lower income communities, in fact, were less likely to have sophisticated policies. And again, that is sort of an original and rather important finding, that the lowest income communities, in which perhaps populations need the most protection, in fact, have less protection than they otherwise would have. I also have to add about Mackenzie that I looked back in my records recently and realized that she actually scored a perfect 100 points when she took 3PM 415 from me, which has only occurred either once or twice in my 25 years of teaching. And I don't know how I let that happen. I'll try not to let, I don't give out points easily. So I just wanted to, and I know this is probably violating FERPA, but I just wanted to point out that it was truly a remarkable accomplishment. And I'll try not to ever let that happen again in one of my classes. So to both, I just want to say that for both Mackenzie and Simone, this Hibbert Award for Excellence is truly, truly earned by both of these young women. And I know they are both on a path right now going out to continue in the important work that they started doing this year. So to both of you, you know how I feel. I'll see you soon. And now I will hand it over to Mark to give one additional Hibbert Award.
Thanks, Laura. And I'm extremely pleased to be able to recognize Sean Vermilia with the Michael Hibbert Award for Excellence. Obviously, he's very well deserving to receive this award. Just a few things about Sean. I first met him actually when he was either a first or second year student. He was taking my fairly large introduction to city planning class. And he came up to me after class one day and asked if the Sustainable Cities Institute, which is a program I co-run, ever hires students. And I think within a month we hired him just to fill in anything that we needed to be done administratively. And 3 years later, working with SCI, he's sort of grown and taken on a whole range of responsibilities. He's basically in charge of our entire report writing process, where he guides and manages undergraduate and graduate students from around campus as they write compilation reports from their applied courses that they were taking. He's been running our social media, infrastructure, and so much more. So I've gotten to know him quite well on the professional side from that initiative that he took in that class. And then I got to know Sean on a much deeper level last summer, when he really sort of upped his commitment to his education, and he participated in a study abroad class that was taught by Professor Rebecca Lewis and I on redesigning cities for people on bike. Hence the picture in my background from Copenhagen. And this was a month-long study abroad this last summer. And we spent time in Denmark, Sweden, and the Netherlands trying to understand what makes those cities tick and what they've done over the last 50 years to transform themselves into bikeable cities. Sean was curious about everything. He was ready to engage in every new excursion and every new activity. Maybe it was fear of missing out, or maybe it was just his natural curiosity about things. He took seriously the opportunity to learn, to expand, to experience new culture, new policy, new everything. And he was a fantastic community member for our class, which was a pretty intense month altogether without breaks or anything really. So he just really thrived in that environment, and it was a pleasure to see him grow and thrive in that environment. But I must say that the thing that really makes Sean stand out to me, especially in light of this award, is his excellent, excellent honors thesis comparing Copenhagen and Portland on their evolution excuse me, and development as bicycle cities. This was a project that could easily have fallen into very simplistic traps, but did anything but. Sean offered a highly referenced, beautifully written, deep analysis that compared politics, policies, social change efforts, economies, and more. Professor Ann Brown and I, who are on his 3 p.m. Thesis committee, both felt like we were reading a page-turning novel, anxious to see what the next page would bring. I've had few such papers in my 20 years as a professor here at the University of Oregon, and it really demonstrates the quality and depth of Sean's work in 3 p.m. and at the U of O. So congratulations, Sean, on receiving this high honor from 3 p.m. in recognition of your outstanding academic performance. Well done. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Patricia Dewey, who's going to present the Arts and Administration undergraduate student graduates. Patricia.
Thank you, Mark. Hello, everybody. My name is Patricia Lambert, and I serve as 3 p.m.'s professor who's responsible for overseeing the undergraduate and graduate field of interest in arts and cultural leadership. 3 years ago, massive restructuring took place within the former School of Architecture and Allied Arts to create what is now the College of Design with its 3 distinct schools, and 3 p.m. is one of those schools. As part of this reorganization, the former Arts and Administration program, which had existed for decades as the largest program of its kind in the Western United States, was embedded within the School of Planning, Public Policy, and Management. This restructuring led to the development of new degree program offerings, but at the same time, we continued to support the undergraduate and graduate students who were completing their academic programs specifically in arts management. Today, we're recognizing 1 undergraduate student and 1 graduate student who are among the final students completing academic programs in arts management. It's my pleasure at this point in the ceremony to congratulate Tomer Wagner for graduating with his bachelor's degree in arts management. And I'll now pass the microphone to Professor Grant Jacobson as we turn our focus to celebrating our graduating graduate students.
Hi, everybody. My name is Grant Jacobson, and I'm the director of the Master of Public Administration program. I'm going to begin by reading off the names of our graduating MPA students. Stanley Ang, Jacob Frank Boone, Katie Fields, Meredith Stephanie Frigius, Alexander Robert Garanther, James Philip Matante, Sarah Cecilia Ryder, Amelia Jane Rodland, Michael Adam Thier, James Charles West, and Delaney Spencer Wood. I have some general remarks for our graduating MPA students, but let me first acknowledge the recipients of our end of year awards. 3 of our students earned memberships in Pi Alpha Alpha, which is the National Honor Society for Public Administration. Membership in Pi Alpha Alpha is primarily determined by academic excellence. This year's inductees into Pi Alpha Alpha include Stanley Ang, Meredith Frigius, and Amelia Rodland. We have a certificate for each of you that we'll be sending through the post. Congratulations to this year's Pi Alpha Alpha inductees. I also have the pleasure of announcing the Fraser Award, which is given by the most outstanding, or given to the most outstanding student in the NPA program in each graduating class, and is chosen by the faculty. This year's winner is Amelia Rodland, who I can see is showing on video now. And Amelia had a nearly flawless academic record during her time in the MPA program. She was awarded a PSU Oregon Summer Fellowship, during which she guided the public programming strategy of Blue Lake Regional Park. She was also a GE and research assistant for the Institute for a Sustainable Environment, completing work on diversity and inclusion in the U.S. Forest Service's workforce, and conducting research on the Northwest Forest Plan's impact on rural communities. Lastly, she contributed admirably to her capstone project on the Lane Regional Resilience Collaborative. Congratulations, Amelia, well deserved. So on to my general remarks for the 2020 graduating MPA class of the University of Oregon. Graduation is typically a day for celebration, but also for reflection and looking forward to the future. This year, reflecting and looking to the future are both more challenging than they have been in the past. In terms of reflection, your educational experience has, of course, been very different than what you anticipated when you began your graduate studies. Much of your education this year was forced to take place through a remote experience away from campus, to take place in the midst of a global pandemic, and most recently to take place during a period when the country has been confronting its long and ongoing history of racial injustice. These circumstances also create a lot of uncertainty when looking forward. One thing, however, that I can say for certain is that the work done by and through the public sector is more important now than it ever has been. And you are now much better prepared for careers in public service than you were when you arrived. You are able to identify problems that require public involvement and the solutions that are needed to address them. You understand the issues and tools required to manage public organizations. You appreciate the need to have your actions guided by data and evidence. Perhaps most importantly, as made clear by your impressive capstone projects, you've learned how to apply these tools in the oftentimes messy world of public administration and to work effectively toward your desired goal, even in the face of a wide variety of challenges. I'm sure the skills you've learned will serve you well in the days ahead, and with respect to the future, I have 2 pieces of advice, both of which are derived from conversations I've had with our alumni. First, don't forget your passion. There are many stages to a career, but the stage you want to spend the most time in is one where you are doing work you feel passionate about. Figure out what you really care about and dedicate yourself to working in that area, and you will not regret it. Second, do not underestimate yourselves. The skills and motivation that you have are not common. You have a lot of value to add to any organization you join. It may take some time, so have patience, but what you can achieve is almost unlimited if you work hard enough toward it. In sum, if you dedicate yourself to what you care about and work hard toward your goals, you'll be surprised at how much of a difference you can make. Finally, I want to say on behalf of the faculty, it's been a pleasure to spend these years with you. We are proud of you now, and I have no doubt we'll be even prouder of you a decade from now. You'll always have a home here, and we can't wait to see what you'll accomplish. Thanks and congratulations to our graduating MPA class of 2020. I encourage anyone that's zooming in from the same physical space as one of our MPAA graduates to applaud now. Congratulations. And now I'm going to hand things over to Professor Rebecca Lewis, who is the director of the planning program.
Thank you, Grant. It's my honor to present the 2020 graduates in Community and Regional Planning. The CRP degree is an accredited master's degree that trains students for public, nonprofit, and private sectors in a variety of areas, including environmental planning, transportation planning, land use planning, housing, community development, and more. Through the rigorous coursework, students work on collaborative applied projects to apply the technical skills they're learning in the classroom to real-world projects. You worked on community planning workshop projects in your first year related to resilience, risk mapping, wine tourism, low impact development, and parks planning. As students, you've already made a tremendous impact on this state and profession. This group of students is extremely special and one of the strongest cohorts I've seen. They've completed internships at the Oregon Department of Transportation, City of Fresno, Cogito, Federal Transit Administration, and many more. Have won several leadership awards for things in the sectors of transportation and others. And we'll go on to jobs working in St. George, Utah, Better Eugene Springfield Transportation, Viscous Planning, Bonneville Power Administration, and many more. From your first year's Sustainable City Year project with Springfield to shifting your professional projects to virtual presentations in your final term, you've demonstrated poise and resilience. I personally feel confident about the future of the discipline, knowing that the future is in your hands. You're entering the field on the cusp of big changes that you've already heard about today from Rich and Grant. From rethinking the racist past of our profession to charting a more equitable future while ensuring that communities recover from a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. With your passion, skills, and knowledge, I feel confident that we'll work to dismantle the inequitable systems in place in our communities and advocate for, quote, social justice by working to expand choice and opportunity for all persons, end quote, in line with the AICP Code of Ethics that you learned about in Gerardo's planning theory class. Students come into this program because they want to make a difference and they want to make the world a better place. You've taken all your courses, completed your individual professional projects, and have earned your master's degree in community and regional planning. You've worked hard, persevered, and I want to give you my hearty congratulations for all your work on behalf of the CRP faculty. I look forward to following your careers and seeing the impact you make in your communities. I present to you the 2020 graduates of the Community and Regional Planning Program. Jeremy D. Card, Jenna Marie Tillingarian, Rachel Allison Doyne, Alyssa Nicole Gamble, Christopher Aaron Grossbeck, Siddharth Subramanian Harharian, Emerson Whitaker Hoagland, Jennifer Claire Conkey, Zachary Wintercal Lucan, James Philip Matante, Elizabeth Erin Minky, or Scotty as we call her, Genevieve Amelia Middleton, Marianne C. Nolte, Catherine Noel Parrish, or Corey, Leah Elizabeth Rausch, Catherine Rohan, Ronald Lewis Theofield, or RJ, Curtis Tholen Thomas. Please join me in congratulating these Masters in Community and Regional Planning graduates. I now have the pleasure of presenting the APA Outstanding Student Award. Each year, CRP faculty nominate and vote on the most outstanding student in this cohort. We're only allowed to select one student, and when the cohort is as excellent as this one, it's a difficult decision. The APA Outstanding Student Award is given to a student based on criteria related to academic achievement, leadership, commitment to planning as a career, and community service. The award winner this year stood out in all of these areas. I'm honored to present the award for APA Outstanding Student to Jenna Tillingarian. During her time in 3PM, I've been lucky to work with Jenna as her advisor, GE supervisor, and Master's Project Committee chair. Jenna has been an outstanding student and has a bright future as a professional planner. Her GPA is nearly perfect, and in all her classes, faculty describe her using words like hardworking, thorough, and methodical. She also stands out as a strong mentor to other students, from supporting their personal growth to ensuring them to think about AICP, the Planning Disciplines Professional Accreditation Program. Jenna served as a GE for my Intro to City planning class in her first term. Right out of the gate in the first few weeks, students were coming to me to tell me how great she was. It's a difficult task to be a GE in the fall term in your first year, but Jenna handled it in stride, excelling in her classes while mentoring undergraduate students. In her second year, Jenna served as a community planning workshop project manager. I'll share some words from Josh Bruce about her efforts in that. In that capacity, she managed a team of 4 first-year students working to improve the city of Gresham's resilience to natural hazards. Jenna's attention to detail, strong work ethic, flexibility, and professionalism ensured that the team delivered their final products and report on time. Despite significant disruptions due to COVID-19, including the need to conduct a 1.5-day 40-person workshop online, Jenna's poise and unflappable get-it-done attitude was without question why the project was so successful. Terms that members of her team used to describe her were patient, considerate, genuine, approachable, organized, and advocate. For her master's project, Jenna completed an impressive project for the city of Reedley, California. She relied on interviews, GIS analysis, and case studies to outline a path forward for a trail system in Reedley. City staff sat in on her oral defense and were impressed by her results. Jenna challenged herself to learn something new and created an awesome Esri story map that won the Visual Synthesis Award among the CRP students. Jenna's return to California, she's actually already there after graduation, where she's been offered and conditionally accepted a job with a private engineering and land use consulting firm in her hometown of Fresno. Congratulations, Jenna, and congratulations again to all the 2020 CRP graduates. I'll now pass it off to Professor Renee Urban to present nonprofit management, but please join me in one more round of applause.
Hello, everyone. I think we need an applause machine that we just turn on. Before I start, I would like to point out to you that there are only 3 other departments on campus who are actually doing a live commencement reception online, such as we are. And that's because of the absolutely heroic efforts of Rich, Tash, Tony, and Bob. Their spring term is already incredibly busy. It's a very, very difficult time for them. And for this to be, everything to be remote and arrange the ceremony was just miraculous. So thank you, all of you. Tony is waving his hat in the background, I can see. So greetings, treasured students and distinguished guests. It is my honor to announce the largest class of graduating master's students of any degree program in the School of Planning, Public Policy and Management's history. The 2020 graduating cohort of the Master of Nonprofit Management. Where we need our applause machine. Yes, you worked through adversity and chaos in the world around you. And when I say adversity and chaos, I mean, of course, Eugene's historic snowstorm of February 2019. For those of you who are paying attention. In my financial management class, back when things were more normal last year, I marveled at your quick metamorphosis into a group of confident financial analysts and decision makers. Amidst all the political tumult, the drama of a global pandemic, and the searing pain of Black Americans and their allies crying out, "Enough is enough," it seemed almost wrong that the spring sunshine and the blue skies beckoned flowers forth. At times we got outside and we walked and marveled at the beauty, even though the world had ostensibly and officially shut down. You worked through this confusing and stressful time. Professor Diana Mason told me she was intensely proud of the work that you did in the nonprofit consultancy course. Diane Lang, your board governance instructor, was likewise really pleased with your service you provided to regional nonprofit boards. The world ground to a halt, yet you kept up your good spirits and your excellence. On behalf of the many, many nonprofit organizations benefiting from your fundraising, your board service, and your management consultancy projects, thank you. Personally, I really enjoyed your friendship and collegiality too. Some of you even joined me for independent study projects on major gifts, nonprofit embezzlement, and even money laundering. So my comments here are not following the normal, you're going to do great things. Please take that as a given. You are going to do great things. I'll not follow that script that you often hear in graduation speeches. Rather, I'm praising you for all the good things you've already done while you were students before even transferring that mortarboard tassel to the left side. So with me, please honor the following Master of Nonprofit Management degree candidates. Gulnura Abitalyeva, Amanda K. Baca, Willa Jean Bauman, Jennifer Lynn Casey, Jade A. Chamness, Nino Digabwadze, Alora Lynn DiGelonardo, Adriana Lisbeth Flores, Paul Austin Herman, Shana Ann Ayako Higashi, Abby Lynn Hodebeck, Kathy June Shea, Douglas Giufamare Imaralu, Trevor J. Irish, Caitlin Marissa Karakis, Brenna Elizabeth Leach, Alan Lynn Hares, Julia Ann Major, Morgan Elise Mann, Bryce Durrell Mercer, Alice Thornton Morrison, Jacob Daniel Mouche, Willow Norton, Rosemary Oakman, Leslie L. Oxford, Megan Ashley Patrignelli, Sarah Cecilia Ryder, Sierra Alexandria Reynolds, Alexandria Nicole Roulier, Matthew Sistaita Salazar, Hatsue Sato, Rebecca C. Schaefer, Emma Jane Walls, Elizabeth Marie Wells. Thank you 1,000 times for your gifts of time and energy to your studies, for your friendship with your colleagues, for your friendship with faculty and staff members, and of course, for your diplomacy and engagement with local nonprofits. The following students have been recognized by Nu Lambda Mu. Nu Lambda Mu is an honorary society that was established by the Nonprofit Academic Centers Council to recognize excellence in academic achievement in nonprofit studies at leading universities. Jade Chamness, Nino Digabwadze, Alora Lynn DiGelonardo, Shana Ann Ayako Higashi, Douglas Giufamare Imaralu, Trevor J. Irish, Brenna Elizabeth Leach, Jacob Daniel Mouche, Leslie L. Oxford, Emma J. Jane Walls. Congratulations for receiving Nu Lambda Mu honors. One last note, graduates, all of you 3 p.m. graduates, I would like to challenge you to go and live in the places where the problems are most daunting, where the wild environment has been scraped away, where people are fatalistic, and where you and your ideas are in the obvious minority. Regardless of where you live, however, you are ducks forever. Bring up the prop here. Okay, put it right here. And anyway, so this is special. You will be in far-flung places around the globe, and you will meet other ducks and realize that this tie to your alma mater, it's sweet, it's powerful, and it's unique. Please keep us in your hearts. Our next speaker is Professor Diana Mason, who will present to you the graduates of the Graduate Certificate in Nonprofit Management program.
All right, thank you, Renee. My name is Diana Mason. I am the director of the Graduate Certificate in Nonprofit Management. And the Graduate Certificate can be a standalone degree program for working professionals or an additional certification for students pursuing master's degrees in community and regional planning, public administration, or other doctoral or master's degrees programs here on campus. The objective of the certificate is to prepare students for leadership positions in nonprofit and philanthropic organizations. And at any given time, we have about 30 students pursuing this certificate. Although the certificate only consists of a little over a third of the credits towards a master's degree, they work no less hard to develop and demonstrate their competence in nonprofit management and governance in a variety of contexts. While this certificate is uniquely valuable, I would argue it's even more valuable now. Nonprofit organizations are on the front lines in responding to the new normal in COVID-19 and the pandemic, including providing food and housing assistance, helping those who have lost jobs or trained for new ones, or providing health care for those most in need. They also are at the forefront mobilizing citizens to make a difference in their city, their state, or in the halls of Congress to dismantle oppressive structures and create systematic change. These groups are at the forefront of economic and social change now, as they have always been in our nation's past. Our students are prepared to lead these organizations into the future. I know our graduates are looking forward to the change they know they can be. So join me in congratulating this year's Graduate Certificate in Nonprofit Management graduates. Alexander H. Kavanaugh, Alexandria Dion, Blanca Estela Flores, Jessica Wong Hong, Catherine Noel Parrish, Lee Sparks Pembleton, Michael Adam Tier, Damon Vold, Carrie Ann Welch, and Wade Edward Young Jonick. Now I turn it back over to Professor Lambert to provide the arts management certificates. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Again, my name is Patricia Lambert. As I explained earlier in the ceremony, specialized undergraduate and graduate studies in arts management were embedded within the School of Planning, Public Policy, and Management 3 years ago. It's my pleasure today to congratulate one of our final master's degree graduates in arts management, as well as a large group of students who have completed the new graduate certificate in arts management. The formal graduate certificate in arts management is now a distinct strength of 3PM. Through this certificate program, we educate arts and culture sector leaders to make a difference in communities. We are able to provide specialized expertise that educate a future generation of public sector and nonprofit sector leaders to manage organizations like public arts agencies, museums, theater companies, symphony orchestras, and dance companies. Most graduate students interested in this professional field combine our master's degree in nonprofit management with our graduate certificate in arts management. But the certificate is also available to master's and doctoral students in other academic programs across campus. When all of these students began their studies with us, we never could have imagined the social and economic challenges that they would be facing at the time they graduated. The arts and culture sector has been devastated by the pandemic and the economic downturn. That said, our whole world needs new leaders to envision a pathway forward for the sector, now more than ever. After all, we have never needed the arts, heritage, and humanities more than we do now. It is our artists, painters, sculptors, poets, actors, dancers, musicians, and craftspeople that help us to understand our shared past and imagine our collective future. We need our arts, humanities, and heritage to help us make sense of the vast challenges our global society is facing. In this divisive and turbulent world, it is our artists who continue the quiet work of the centuries in building bridges of experiences among people and reminding us that the forces that unite are deeper than those that divide. The human creative spirit is indomitable. It has been such a pleasure to teach and advise all of our master's arts management graduate students. I can say with confidence that the arts and culture sector has a very bright future in the hands of these young visionary leaders who will continue to harness the power of the arts for the many economic, social, educational, and health benefits that this sector can offer. I'll turn now to reading the names of the graduating arts management students, beginning with Wade Edward Young Jelinek, who is graduating with a Master's of Science degree in Arts Management. Congratulations, Wade. We also have 10 students graduating with the Graduate Certificate in Arts Management, and I'll read those names now. Erica Marie Heim, Abby Lynn Hodebeck, Kathy June Hisse, Jacob Daniel Mouche, Willow Norton, Rosemary Oakman, Sierra Alexandria Reynolds, Rebecca C. Schaefer, Emma Jane Walls, and Elizabeth Marie Wells. Congratulations and a round of applause to all of you. I also have the honor of announcing the recipient of this year's Outstanding Graduate Student in Arts Management Award. This award is conferred by the core 3PM Arts and Cultural Leadership faculty. The 2020 Outstanding Graduate Student in Arts Management Award goes to Erica Marie Heim. Erica is completing a master's degree in folklore along with a graduate certificate in arts management. She has been an exemplary student in her academic work, her service to the university, and her service to the field. Congratulations, Erica. And I will now pass the microphone back to our head of school, Professor Rich Marjoram.
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, all faculty. I also want to repeat Renee's thanks to our staff, particularly Tash and Tony, for all their hard work behind the scenes to pull this off. I want to mention that when we talked about running the recorded graduation, the faculty were all adamant that this is not what 3PM is about, and that it was important for us to have a live moment to talk with you all together. So I'm going to ask all of our faculty to rejoin their call. So make sure you all have unmuted yourselves and turned your videos on. Just give a second for that to happen. And then I'm going to do is ask each of them, we'll go in alphabetical order, just to say a few words, quick congratulations. And a reminder also, as everyone's getting online, that there will also be student-sponsored Zoom sessions after this. So some of us will be dropping by those to say hello and offer our congratulations. I also want to add that both this Zoom session and the YouTube live have been recorded in case you or your family members weren't able to watch it live. So let's go ahead and start with our faculty congratulations.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say to take what you learned in 3PM and all of your life experiences and be the bright light the world needs now and forever. Congratulations.
Hello, everyone, and congratulations, graduates. I look forward to the ways that you will make a difference in your communities and cultures, and I'm very confident in all of your futures.
Congratulations, all 3PM grads. We're so proud of you. We're excited for your bright futures, and please stay in touch.
Remember, the most important thing you learned this term was not something you signed up for. You learned adaptability in response to adversity. Life is full of adversity. Your response to it is going to determine your success in life. Best of luck to all of you.
Congrats, everybody. Y'all showed a tremendous amount of grit this year and determination, and just showed how well you perform in adverse situations and really did phenomenal. So congratulations. I'm really excited for all of you.
I'm really proud of all of you. I'd like to give all the graduates in 3PM my favorite 3 words: relentless forward motion. So just keep going, keep doing what you're doing, because it's amazing and we need you to keep doing that. And really, we're very serious when we say keep in touch. I won't friend you on Facebook. You got to friend me, because it's kind of creepy for a professor to friend their students. Anyway, friend me if you want. Bye, everybody.
Congratulations, everybody, again. I'd echo what Renee just said, which is sort of, please keep in touch. Sort of, there's nothing more fulfilling than hearing what students are doing and all the great work that you all will do in your future. So congratulations again.
Congratulations, 3 p.m. students. We are so proud of everything that you've done already and excited to hear what you will be doing next. Congratulations and all the very best.
So congratulations, everybody. It's hard to follow that wonderful picture from Sarah, but thank you so much. But congratulations to all of you. I wish you the very, very best. And I'll repeat what others have said. We really sincerely look forward to keeping in touch and hearing how you're doing.
To the MPA cohort, I'm sorry that I don't have more time to torture you, but it was really fun. You guys were a really chill group. But to all the students I had in policy analysis, I'm sorry I didn't spend more time on pandemic policy. I didn't really think it was going to be a thing. Get it wrong. But I know all of you graduating today will carry forth. You've shown amazing resilience and you're going to do great things, especially coming out of this kind of adversity that you've been faced with. So congratulations to everyone.
Congratulations, everyone, from the undergrads I had in 205 a few years ago, and the CRP students in particular, and the MPA students who I had in budgeting. Like others have said, we really love to follow what you're up to. It was awesome to get to know all of you through 3 p.m., and we're really proud of you. Good luck.
Congratulations again to all of you. I've already said lots of things, but I do want to mention that stop by 3 p.m. sometime, and we'll, as an incentive for stopping by and telling us what you're up to, we'll give you a 3 p.m. pin that you can officially wear proudly on your lapel. So stop by anytime, say hello, and come pick up your pin.
Congratulations, everybody, both undergraduate and graduate students. It's been a pleasure to have you in class and to work with you on projects. And I wish you the best in your next adventures.
Congratulations, everyone. I really wish we could be together today because one of my favorite things about this day is seeing you in person and meeting your people and saying wonderful things about you to your people. But I hope that you're still celebrating your hard work and your accomplishments. And please keep in touch. Like everyone has said, we do want to hear from you, and all of us, we're all cheering for you.
A todos, congratulations to you all, your family, and anyone else who's helped you get to this point. If you've had a class with me before, you've heard this. But if not, I want you to remember that as 3 p.m. alumni, you are historical actors. And as such, I want you to keep being bold, fail miserably, and try again. Congratulations again.
Congratulations, 3 p.m.ers. I'm not wearing my regalia because I thought it clashed with my party hat, and this is a celebration. So congratulations, and I can't wait to hear about all the awesome things you guys are going to do.
Yeah, this is a big deal, a good moment in your life. So I encourage you to celebrate it, to take a break, and then get ready to go serve the public.
Congratulations, everyone. And like Gerardo said, I really hope that you can take a moment and appreciate this accomplishment. Only about a third of adults in the United States have a 4-year degree, and only around 13 or 14% have a graduate degree. So your accomplishment really is a big deal. And for those students who might be the first person in your family to go to college or to grad school, an extra congratulations to you for achieving just something amazing. So take a moment, appreciate what you've accomplished, and then get to work because our communities and our planet need you more than ever. Congrats.
You're here, Mark. Congratulations, everyone. I so wish I could see all of your faces right now and the faces of all your families and just be in person with you to wish you well. You have all worked so hard, and I hope you feel rewarded, and can't wait to see the rewards you bring to all the communities in which you're planning to engage. Be well. Congratulations.
Hello, class of 2020. Congratulations on your well-deserved success. Best wishes for your future adventures. Remember, the mind can move mountains, and your action can bring about positive changes. With love and pride today and always. Bye.
So congratulations again, everyone. Great job. Thanks for joining us. please, hopefully we'll see some of you in our Zoom sessions afterwards, and enjoy this terrific day, and congratulations. We hope to see you in person sometime very soon. Thank you.
People exercise.